The landscape of social media has definitely changed the past few years, largely due to the impact of Gen Z. For the most part, it's simply become worse, and with Gen Alpha now entering social media, they are surrounded by toxic and exploitative content. My name is Dakota Sage, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about how Gen Z has ruined social media for Gen Alpha. But to talk about this, we have to start in the beginning. We have to start with millennial social media. For the most part, correct me if I'm wrong, but millennial social media was a fairly positive place. Duck faces, grumpy cat memes, oversaturated YouTube videos, the list goes on and on. Millennial social media was very heavily based on fun and sharing things with friends, but soon the idea of going viral became popular, especially on the app Vine. Do It For The Vine, in particular, encouraged users to do or say funny things in order to get a lot of views. And that's pretty much what virality was on millennial social media. You make a video or a meme and lots of people see said video or meme. Viners were people on Vine that had multiple viral videos, often relying on quick comedy because the videos were only 6 seconds long. As Vine was shutting down in 2016, most of these Viners moved to YouTube. Some swam, but many Viners sank because it was difficult for them to make long-form content. And this was also around the time that the YouTuber craze really took off. YouTubers have been around since YouTube was introduced in 2005, but in the early 2010s, these YouTubers gained large enough followings to start paying the bills. So going viral no longer meant a chance on The Ellen Show or Good Morning America, it meant a chance of making a lot of money. It was also around this time that Gen Z started engaging on social media. So pretty much for the entirety of our social media existence, there was the idea that we could make viral content and make money. That's why so many of us have old YouTube channels that we think are so embarrassing. We were 8 years old, posting Justin Bieber covers thinking that he was going to see them and fall in love with us. But the first app that Gen Z truly started to go viral on was Musical.ly. A lot of Gen Zs were making Musical.lys and often followed other creators to get tips on how to make theirs better and go viral like them. Thus, the Muser was born. It was also around this time that people started to do more crazy things on the internet to go viral. Jake Paul, Team 10, David Dobrik, and countless prank channels were raking in millions of views. Gone were the days of planking and cinnamon challenges. We were now on the fast track to eating Tide Pods. Fast forward to 2019, and Gen Z has become very prominent on sites like Twitter and Instagram. But most importantly, Musical.ly has become TikTok. TikTok is the first Gen Z-dominated app. Like Vine, a lot of people had individual TikToks go viral, and also like Vine, a lot of people had multiple TikToks go viral, and they soon became known as TikTokers. But there was something fundamentally different about being a Viner versus being a TikToker, and that is that TikTokers made revenue. So before, the only real way to make money on social media was through YouTube, where you actually had to put in work to create a following. Not with TikTok. With TikTok, you could basically get lucky making a 30-second lip sync video and be a millionaire within a year. And it wasn't just TikTok, posting pictures on Instagram could do the same thing. Brands then started using these viral internet personalities to promote their products, hence the influencer was born. Let me just start by saying, I am not an influencer. I did not make this channel to make money. It would be nice, don't get me wrong. But I made this channel because I like to edit videos and complain about stuff. And a lot of people use platforms like YouTube and TikTok to reach an audience and genuinely influence them, like with makeup or working out. But the term influencer is usually just a fancy way of saying a person that's famous on the internet that makes money by posting about things that they don't care about. And Gen Z is desperate to become influencers. Like the chick that went viral for licking toilet seats and was flashing people through the New York Dublin portal. This woman literally makes money off of being human trash. All she does is act like an asshole and use shock value for views. And what's worse is that people see her and see that she has a following and try to do the same thing. People will do anything for a few followers that are probably also shitty people. And I acknowledge that I am also posting videos on the internet with the hopes that people will interact with them, but Complaining and wanting people to agree with me, legit sexual harassment. Sorry, I don't think that they're the same thing. But aside from getting views from being the worst person imaginable, a lot of people become influencers by posting thirst traps. Now, I am not necessarily against thirst traps because if you really like your outfit or you think you look really good that day, I think you're well within your right to post about it. But that's how a lot of these influencers came to be. They don't really do much else besides post content about the way that they look. And if you want to do that, go for it. It's your body. But a lot of people are making millions of dollars, going on luxury brand trips, and being given free stuff all because they post a picture with their ass hanging out while holding an energy drink. And this goes along with flex culture, where people basically post stuff online to prove that they're better than you. And that's basically what an influencer is. Someone trying to convince other people that they're better than them. And I don't really blame influencers for taking advantage of this. It's what comes after that's really bothering me. Harsh reality, but at the end of the day, not everybody's attractive enough to make money off of their looks. But because people are so desperate to still become influencers, they're photoshopping and getting plastic surgery so that they can still get brand deals. These influencers are warping the public's view of what people should look like. I've talked about this in a couple of my other videos, but because people, specifically young girls, are constantly bombarded by content like this, it makes them incredibly insecure. And the influencers will lie about photoshopping or getting any procedures done. Like the Kardashians did an interview where they talked about how they're not promoting unattainable beauty standards because they actually put in the work to look like that. First off, they didn't put in the work, their plastic surgeons did. And second off, they still Photoshop their pictures. That's what unattainable means. They use Photoshop because they can't physically reach the standard that they promote, even with surgery. And the people consuming this content are just getting younger and younger. Do I think that Gen Z has ruined the landscape of social media? Yes. Is it Gen Z's fault that Gen Alpha is consuming this content? No. It's the parents' fault. iPad kids, Sephora 10-year-olds, just the trend of very badly behaved Gen Alpha is the parents' fault. When you start shoving a screen in front of your kid when they're 3 years old and then let them have Instagram when they're 8, yeah, they're gonna behave badly because they have no social skills and no imagination. Like, teachers are quitting en masse because parents are allowing an iPad to raise their children. I saw a comment or a Tumblr post or something where a parent was talking about how they give their child a screen because the kid just shuts off and they need a break. Shuts off. Your child shuts off? And you think that that's a good thing? I shut off when I stare at my phone too. That's bad. It's a hit of dopamine for every reel or TikTok. It's a literal addiction that you are promoting in your child. I don't want my kid to be addicted to a screen like I am. I saw things on social media at 11 and 12 that I don't want my child to see. But my parents at the time didn't know that this stuff was going to happen. As millennials, the parents of these Gen Alpha kids should know better. You decided to be a parent, so be a parent. And people are going to be like, oh, Dakota, you don't have kids, you don't understand. I understand that these kids are underdeveloped, badly behaved, and hurting the people around them because of their addiction to the screen. And my children are not going to act like that. End of story. And I saw a tweet that said Sephora kids making skincare smoothies is like us making potions in the bathroom. Like, the kids still want to be kids, they're just influenced to be doing this stuff in an unhealthy way. And I mean, I don't think that making a skincare smoothie is as unhealthy as making mustard gas in my sink, but I got in trouble for that. These parents are buying the skincare products. And probably worse is that because influencers make money, there are of course going to be child influencers. These children are being exploited and sometimes not even promoted to other children. A lot of these mommy vloggers are very obviously catering towards an audience that they should not be, all for some cash. It's horrific, and if you ever see accounts posting stuff like that, or even come across a video that's being taken in that direction, report it, because you don't know who's watching. Just hitting 2 or 3 buttons is helping protect that child. Gen Z, for the most part, has kind of sworn off on giving their kids screens and social media at a young age. Mostly because we want them to grow up in the real world, but partly because we don't want them going through the same things that we have. And watching in real time what screens did to Gen Alpha, I can't imagine anybody wants their kids to be acting like that. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, have a great rest of your day.